a really important thing to learn is how our thoughts and our behaviors or actions and our feelings are all connected. So, for example, if I have a thought that's pretty negative, like I'm not a good friend, I might feel negatively about myself. And in feeling negatively about myself, then my actions may be that I tend to withdraw or isolate. So all of our thoughts and behaviors and emotions are interconnected. And so the more that we can learn about them and understand how we think about things, the more that we are able to deal with big emotions that might come up or big situations that come up. There's something called cognitive behavioral therapy, and in cognitive behavioral therapy, when we can essentially learn how we're thinking about things and how we're experiencing things, the first important piece is to understand what our triggers are, and we all have triggers of different kinds, and our triggers are like those things that we say, you know, you're pushing my buttons or my buttons are getting pushed, and the reality of it is that we only have control over ourselves. And if we can understand and be able to control the things that I feel or think about myself, then I am going to feel much better about the things that I can become triggered about and triggered for. And so, you know, kind of a way that I like to think about it is that we have also this internal dialogue, and it's usually pretty negative internal dialogue. And it's like the old cartoons where you have a angel on one shoulder and a little devil or gremlin on the other. And the angel part of ourselves is always talking positively and is encouraging and supportive. Basically, it's like that best friend that is always, you know, encouraging and cheering for you, versus the little gremlin or devil that is kind of the one that is the bully. We don't have to physically have a bully, because sometimes we can have a bully inside our head. In order to change thinking patterns to make them more helpful, the first step is really to become aware of how we're thinking about things. Be mindful, really, to stop and think and objectively observe, how am I thinking about whatever the situation is. Another really important and valuable way to change that is to kind of have a list of questions to ask. So in my case, if I have a thinking trap, or if I'm caught in a cognitive distortion, I might kind of challenge my thoughts in some way gently to say, you know, is there something about this that isn't true about it? Is there something that I'm not seeing in this? Is there another way to think about it? Just being able to take a step back and more intentionally think about these things, rather than just let those thoughts take control or our emotions take control. We definitely have more ability to manage how we feel and how we think and how we respond in different situations.